Let's fly over the Earth. When viewed from above, this small piece of land looks like a bunch of grapes. Situated between Romania and the Ukraine, this country covering an area of some 34,000 square kilometers is, in fact, a bridge between two cultures.
The people of Moldova are famous for their hospitality. Each family boasts a room in their house called Casa Mare, waiting to host a guest. By the way it looks, one can guess the mastery, diligence, taste, and even the personalities of the hosts. Casa Mare is a museum of each Moldovan family, a place to spend and enjoy Sundays for a Bessarabian. Here, you will be convinced that Moldovans are skilled carpet weavers and artful embroiderers of towels and tablecloths. Many historic objects made throughout the centuries by the craftsmen of this country can be found in over 60 museums in the Republic. The Museum Patrimony of Moldova is an important part of the national cultural heritage and numbers over 700,000 objects of the world and national material, scientific and artistic value. In the National Ethnography and National History Museum, which is one of the oldest ones in Moldova, along with other objects, visitors can admire a unique display, the complete skeleton of a Dinotherium gigantissimus, 7 million years old. There are a lot of museums in the capital of Moldova, such as the National Art Museum, the History Museum, Archaeology and Ethnography Museum, and many others. Tourists have a possibility to visit historical places connected with the names of writers well known in the country and in the world, including Alexei Matievich, Vasily Alexandri, Alessandru Donici, Mihai Eminescu, and Alexander Pushkin, whose stay in Moldova is connected with the village Dolna. Moldova has always been a place between the East and the West, lying at the crossroads of trading routes. This country, at all times, has been attractive for the empires from the East and from the West. This fact explains the presence on its territory of old fortifications, such as Tighina Fortress, the medieval fortress located near Rud, Alcidar, and Kostasht. Soroka Fortress, built in the 16th century, is an amazing monument of military architecture, unique by its composition for this part of Europe. This small fortress belongs to the same school and to the same epoch in which other fortresses of Castel del Monte, Queenborough, Walmer, and Dell were built. The people thirsty for adventures and new discoveries will find in Moldova a great number of curiosities and unexplainable natural phenomena. One of them is Hundred of Hillocks. The origin of these hillocks, covered with mystery, is described in numerous fairy tales and legends. We cannot say for sure that the mystery of the 100 hillocks has been solved, and who knows, maybe it's you, dear traveler, who will penetrate the mystery of nature. The rich heritage of fascinating natural monuments completes the treasury of Moldova. The canyons and grottos of Durătoare Vechi and Cele Butești, a giant 89-kilometer-long cave of Emil Racovița, considered one of the biggest in Europe, and Brâul Coralier, coral chain, in the middle of the Prut Valley, are over 20 million years old. At that time, these geomorphologic configurations were similar to those of the Great Coral Chain in Australia. Besides the landscape value, these unique monuments of nature present an immense scientific value. They have preserved the traces of Neolithic, antique, and medieval cultures and prove the millennial presence of our nation on these lands. Moldova is a country with rich traditions in folklore and folk arts. folklore, as well as Moldovan dances and music, are indisputable expressions of the spirit and values inherited from ancestors. The traditions and ceramics of our country dates back to the Neolith. Pots and ewers made of clay, as well as wicker works, convey the special meaning of the way Moldovans deal with land and nature. Festivals and fairs trading the handcrafts are true holidays for Moldovan citizens and guests. The tourists or folk art collectors visiting our republic can find here a wide choice of handcrafts, keeping a part of the soul of the Moldovan peasants. Moldovans are specifically respectful not only to musicians, but also to those skilled workmen who can make musical instruments. It is their first skillful hands and rich imagination that help them to manufacture a wide range of musical instruments. During the fall, the whole republic turns into a Casa Mare. Guests from every corner of the globe are invited to the National Wine Day to partake in the first drops of new wine. The Wine Day is a good occasion for music, dance, and good spirits. Moldova, the country of vineyards and wine, cannot be imagined without wineries and wine cellars. In Krikova, for example, the traveler will discover the best wine cellars in the world, where he can take a trip around the streets of a whole underground city. The total length of the underground streets is over 100 kilometers. Here is the most tremendous collection of the wines produced in the country. The wine cellar of Molesti Mici is a little smaller in space, stretching over 50 kilometers, but of no less value. Krikova and Molesti Mici, as well as the wineries of Bardar, Branest, Kaziak, Kojushna, and Romanesht, are included in the wine routes of Moldova. The wines of Moldova have become famous worldwide, being equally appreciated by royalties, prestigious customers, and visitors of exhibitions. At the beginning of the third millennium, Moldova is the country where the past meets with the present. One can see it most obviously when visiting the capital of the country, Chisinau. Chisinau of today is an academic and cultural center with several dozens of museums, concert halls, and theaters. The capital of Moldova is one of the internationally famous sports dancing centers. Here are held dancing competitions of the highest levels. The sports dancing ensemble of Kodrianka is a winner of numerous world, European, and national championships. The academic folk dancing ensemble called Joke is famous throughout the world as a champion of national folklore. You can learn more about its dancing activity if you come to Moldova. Moldova is the country that throughout its history experienced both dramatic events and periods of prosperity. Moldovans have won freedom and have proven their right to exist as a nation. Located at the point where East meets West, Moldova has been, and still remains, a place of meetings, a place that has attracted people from every corner of the globe. At present, Moldovans, like our ancestors, are handing down to their sons and daughters not only the heritage of the country, but also the qualities that used to characterize us throughout the ages: diligence, kindness, and hospitality. Moldova is always waiting for you.